I'm Anabeth Webster, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an award-winning coffee cake. And first, to start off, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees. We have already done that. And then you're going to want to wash your hands under warm water for 20 seconds with soap. Then you're going to want to pull back your hair. Now for the real cooking. So to start off, here are all the ingredients that you will need. And then here is the equipment that you will need. And to start off, we're going to start off with the topping. And to start off, you're going to need a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And you're going to want to firmly pack it, but make sure that you don't measure over your bowl, because you don't want any unneeded excess brown sugar in your bowl. Then just put that in. Then you will need a 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, next, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, and then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of butter, and then you're going to want to mix that in all together. And make sure that when you mix it in, to make sure all the powder is mixed in, make sure it's all pretty evenly one color, and there's going to be chunks in your thing because it's not melted butter. And if you're wondering if you can melt it, I would not melt it if I were you, or don't, because it would mess up the topping. And yes, this is the topping that goes on top of your coffee cake, and it makes it, this is like the best part of it because it makes it so sweet and it just tastes really good. So now once we're done with the topping, you can go ahead and you can set that aside and get a smaller measuring bowl, and that is when you would add the nuts if you want nuts, but in this case we're not going to add nuts. And so then next, once your oven is preheated, you're going to take your cooking spray and just lightly coat it and just set that aside. And so then I've already broken the egg up, and so you're going to need 1 egg, and just whisk that, and this doesn't take too long, it takes like a couple seconds at the most. And so now once your egg is whisked together, always make sure that you set something that you use raw egg on a holder to make sure that it doesn't touch that actual surface. So then you're going to need, so once you've beaten that, you're going to need your sugar, and you're going to need a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and you're going to want to put that into your bowl. Then you're going to need a 1/2 cup of milk, which we've already measured that in a liquid measuring cup. Next, you're going to put your egg into the bowl. Then you're going to put your then you're going to put then you're going to mix it up. So we get our milk at Cheney's just because it's local and they have really, really good milk. And so you're gonna make sure that your mixture is mixed well all together. And so then once you have your liquid mixture, you're just gonna set this aside and you're gonna get a bigger bowl and you're gonna do your flour, salt, and baking powder. And so for the flour, you're gonna need 1 cup of sifted flour, but this comes already. This comes pre-sifted, if that's what you want to call it. So once you have that, you're going to want 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then you're going to want 1 teaspoon of salt. Put that in. And then you're just mix this together, and that doesn't take that long. And at the beginning, I did forget you need to put your butter into this. And then pretty much then all you have to do next is you're just gonna add this all at once and mix this all together until it comes to a pretty thick consistency, and you will know when it is at that consistency. And make sure that you scrape the sides of your bowls when you're mixing, and you'll know when it's all together when you see no more white and you scrape the bottom of the bowl and there's no white. So then that's when you're ready for the hard part, the waiting. So you need to get your pan and go on and fill it up. And it takes around 25 minutes to bake. That's not too long compared to other desserts. And this dessert is also good to eat for breakfast, and it's good for just to drink with coffee and to drink with milk. But before you put it in, so I always like to tap it out. My grandma taught me that. And if it is not spread around, you can get that, but make sure that you get it even. And then, so here comes the topping. Then you want to take a spoon and you can sprinkle your topping on. And then after, you can put your coffee cake in and you just wait for it to cook. But make sure you do put your topping on. Make sure you do put your topping on before you do it, and don't put it on after you have baked your coffee cake. And then this is what it should look like. It doesn't have to be perfectly covered. And then you're just gonna put that in the oven to bake for 25 minutes. And then this is what your final coffee cake should look like once you've let it bake for 25 minutes.